Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a kind of like a 2-chapter review of season 3 of Killing Stalking. Now if you're not aware with what Killing Stalking is, it's a manhwa made by Kogi on Listen Comics, and it's a Korean type comic type thing, and it's really good. It is a yaoi, so if it's not your thing, you don't have to read it, but that's not the main substance of the story, so don't let that kind of throw you off. It's about basically an abusive relationship between two people who are really mentally disturbed. It's really intriguing. It's a thriller pretty much, and a horror almost, and it's just really good in the way that it deals with certain themes, so it's very intriguing. Yeah, but season 3 just started 2 weeks ago after its very long hiatus, and we get sort of right off the bat a lot of good, fluffy, yay, happy scenes between the two main characters, which then we know is the next chapter's gonna probably be shitting the fan. And I'm prepared for it, to be honest, especially after the chapter 2, where you could sort of see, there was a scene where Yunbom was getting on like a roller coaster, and he was getting sort of turned on by the thrill and the fear of the situation because he was scared. A lot of people thought he was peeing, but there was like no stains whatsoever, so I don't think he pissed his pants. I think he was turned on by the endorphins of fear and stuff like that. So it's gonna be... He's turned into a real masochist, and I'm not prepared for it because it's just gonna... I think it's gonna get worse and worse and worse. Sang-woo's character, he's still sort of confusing Yunbom with his mum. He thinks they're sort of the same sort of character or personality, to be honest, and he doesn't understand why Yunbom won't say anything or do certain things, sort of like his mum in the situation with the relationship with his father and stuff like that, because I think that his mum didn't say anything in the situation when she was dealing with the abusive situation with her father as well. And Yunbom sort of like formed himself into his father, even though he didn't want to and everything like that. But yeah, and even Sang-woo said that he's gonna end up hurt if he's with him, like seriously badly hurt. And Yunbom didn't hear him. He just said like, this is so much fun when I scream, like having a great time when he screams and stuff like that. And I'm like, you're gonna like, he's gonna get majorly tortured and more mentally disturbed because he's gonna get put through hell and back. Also, it's sort of interesting to see how Sang-woo's character is handling Yunbom, because he's handling him a lot more delicately and he's apologising as well, but I also think that's because he's correlating Yunbom with his mum even more than before. Even Yunbom was surprised when he said sorry. He's like, wait, what? And everything like that. But I think the relationship is just going to get even more disturbing from now on. So it's going to be interesting to see where Kogi takes this story, and especially with the detective, because it showed you a brief couple panels of the detective sort of being depressed and like throwing his little recorder thing away. So it's going to be interesting to see where she takes the story and seeing how the characters interact, because it's always interesting to see stories, especially stories dealing with an abusive relationship, because that's how an abusive relationship functions. It functions on two people, one obviously being abusive and the other one not knowing what to do, usually in a situation that's abusive, and either they don't know what to do and they're scared to leave the situation, or they don't realise that they're in an abusive relationship, or if they realise it then they become immune to it and they just expect that to be the normal thing and kind of brush it off as a mood, which is what Yunbom has done. So it's going to be interesting to see how the characters fit in with even more conflict, and especially since the death of the girl that they murdered hasn't been settled yet, and that's been pushed even further since they went to the haunted house, and then your mom was like freaking out over like dead people and someone chasing after him and stuff like that. He's just like going, I'm gonna get caught because I've killed somebody and everything like that. And then his memory started to go because he's so stressed and everything like that, but his memory hasn't exactly been great, and he's kind of been even more spacey because he's in such a relationship and he is going through such traumatic experiences. So it's going to be interesting to see how she deals with that sort of aspect of the story and stuff like that. But I'm thoroughly looking forward to seeing what she has in store for the rest of the story and how she's going to deal with these two characters in their sort of mental states and stuff like that, and how their relationship will progress. Because it's not a healthy one, that's for sure, and it's not a relationship that should be... It kind of reminds me of Harley Quinn and the Joker. Everyone looks up to that relationship, but you're just like, it's an abusive one. Don't even... It's a terrible relationship. The reason why people read that relationship is because it's so disturbing, but it's the way that, it is the way that men, like, disturbing relationships work. That's how they work, that's how the characters think and stuff like that. It's just interesting to see people in that sort of headspace and just thinking out the way they do. That's why people read such situations. So, yeah, I think I've talked about how much I'm looking forward to it enough, so enjoy the rest of your day, everybody, wherever you may be. Oh, also, if you have anything to say about Killing Stalking, feel free to talk to me, because I like talking about theories and stuff like that, and characters' developments and stuff like that. Yeah, but enjoy the rest of your day, everybody, wherever you may be, and